You can now edit the images that ChatGPT creates for you. So in real time and for the first time, I'm going to test the new image editor in ChatGPT. If you don't know, you can prompt ChatGPT to create images if you have the pro plan or the paid plan. And before, you would just have it create an image and there would be really no room to edit. I saw when I was on the mobile app yesterday that now you can click the image, and when you click it, there's a paintbrush, almost like an editing icon that appears, and then you can select parts of the image that you want to change or edit or remove. So in real time, I'm going to actually try this for the first time on desktop and see what happens. Just for the purpose of this video, I'll try before and after sketch infographic for a business. I'll try a logo, and I'll try a vector design maybe that you would use for the background of a thumbnail. So we'll try those 3 use cases. We'll start with the hardest one first to see how it does. And I want to see if it actually listens to the instructions, how specific it responds to the edit request, or if it's just a waste of time. And the purpose of this video is for you to not have to waste an hour testing this. Instead, I did it for you. So you're welcome. Again, to do this, you need the ChatGPT paid plan. And I think you need to be on ChatGPT 4.0. Not really sure, but we'll figure it out. So let's start with the hardest use case first. I'm going to prompt it to create an infographic drawing style image of a concept that I've been thinking about and that I saw something yesterday that inspired me to create. So let's start. Here I'm going to say, create an image of a minimalistic sketch, pastel colors of an entrepreneur of the following. So I'm going to say of the following. The before side, the entrepreneur is sad because they are money focused and their business is suffering. On the right side, the entrepreneur is happy and has a lot of money because they are focused on getting their clients results. All right, it's doing it. Here's a minimalistic sketch. So you could see on the right, the entrepreneur is smiling. On the left, sad. Where you can edit it now is you click it, and then you see this icon at the top. It says select, and you see the paintbrush you can edit. So I'm going to say, replace this to represent a focus on making money. So let's see how specific it can actually make it. So I highlighted the blue and I said, instead of the people in the background, maybe I should have added those details, but I said, replace this selection with a thought bubble to represent a focus on making money. And it's not so bad. It understood the concept. Okay, so obviously it's not understanding the assignment. So let me be really specific because sometimes the actual problem is our prompting. So I'm going to say, please remove all other people from the image other than the main entrepreneur standing in the middle. On the left side of the entrepreneur should be icons representing money. And if it doesn't understand that, then what can it do? What? Okay, so I'm going to get out of the selection feature because this is actually wild that it's not understanding. So I'm going to just go back here and go back to the main thread and say remove all people from the image other than the main person in the middle. Let's see if it can do that. If it can't, then it's not good. Now, this is a little bit of a more complex infographic thing. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and start from a new thread and give it a lot more specific instructions. I'm not going to really give it the concept and the context. I'm just going to give it instructions. Create a drawing that looks like a minimalist style sketch. In the middle, there is an entrepreneur. The left side of his face is frowning and the right side is smiling. On the left side, there is a thought bubble or icons representing money. On the right side, there is a thought bubble or icons representing clients/customers. Without giving it the background context, let's see how it does. Okay, it's a little bit better, but he's not really frowning on the right side. And this says customs. Okay, so let's try to edit this one. We're going to click it. We're going to click select. And then I'll go here and I'll put make the left side of his face frown more. So just from the initial prompting, we can see that it can follow simpler instructions without you having to give the background story, or so I thought, because now he's smiling. This is not good. He is smiling now. Should not be that difficult. Okay. Now this is a great concept, but I need it to split. And half of his face is neutral, but it's hard to tell. Please make half of his face frown. The left side. It is not apparent enough that this just isn't a smile. And then again, we're 20 minutes into this. Unless you know for sure this is going to be something your audience is going to love, then is it worth it at this point? It's still not understanding. So let's try one more time. We're going to click edit, and then we're going to say, replace this with a frown. And it's still not getting it. That is wild. Let's change the model. Let's go to 4. So it's honestly disappointing because we've already spent way too much time on this, and maybe it's a little bit too complicated. And let's try one more time with this concept, and then we'll move to the second use case. I'm going to say, make an image. On the left side, there is an entrepreneur that looks sad who is thinking about money. On the right side, there's an entrepreneur that is smiling, thinking about helping customers win. So now I'm just saying to put 2 different people. So one on the left, one on the right. It is a little bit more advanced. Split the face, frown, smile. It's already giving a better response to this because I think it's easier for it to understand, oh, person A, person B. And then here we could say, make the style of the image more minimalist and make the characters more like my clients who are between, say, 40 to 60. If you're not 40 to 60, disregard. Okay. Make the 2 characters the same person or objectively appear to be the same person. All right, so I like this one. So I'm going to click it because I really like this one, but then edit, and then I'm going to say, make the man appear 40. So this isn't bad. It's actually something I'd probably use. I don't know why his hair is white. Let's edit. We could say, please make his hair and eyes match the one on the left. Okay, so this is actually, we're getting somewhere. We needed to also represent the fact that when you focus on customers, money is a byproduct. So the person on the right is happier, their business is more successful, their business feels more effortless, they have more money in their business as a result. But how can we represent that in the image? Actually, let's take it a step back. If you have no idea, if you're like, this is good, but you have no idea how you would edit the image to represent it, you could actually ask ChatGPT for advice. So you could just present the problem and say, I want the character on the right of the image to appear more wealthy. How can we do this? Clothing, accessories, environment, expression. Would you like me to proceed with these changes? Yes, proceed. And then there's context to this because it's giving material things. So clothing, accessories, environment, expression. My clients, yeah, they care about clothing, but what do they care about more? They care about peace of mind. They probably care about the ability to have slow mornings if they choose. They care about just freedom. They care about providing for their family, their extended family, for the community. You always want to keep in mind that you want these images to appeal to your best clients. And so if my best clients are women, I'm going to change this for women. If my best clients are 60, I'm going to change the age of the person in the image. Now here, this is not good. This is not good. The person on the right has no differentiation. And now both of them are thinking about money. And again, I'm going through this process to show you how much it would take to prompt this. And we're 25 minutes in. I'm sure that you can create a custom GPT and all of that. But if you're going to do all of this for an image, you might as well have gone to Canva or something. Now both of them are in suits. I like this one the best still. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to click edit. And then I'm going to just put a pile of money behind the second character. I should have said put the pile of money behind the character on the right. So I'm generating images too quickly. Please wait for 2 minutes. So that is annoying. And then I would abandon ship. And again, this isn't bad, but it's not the best. And it took a long time. And depending on where you are in your business, you just have to determine, is it worth the 30 minutes to prompt? Again, it's probably not going to take 30 minutes every single time. You get better, you learn the different prompts, you create custom GPTs, whatever. I'm sure that there are GPTs that we could go into now and create images with. And I'm giving it a little bit more complex tasks with people expressing emotions versus something like a logo. So we'll see how it does with the logo, and then we'll see how it does with the vector image. But you just have to know, what is your hourly rate in terms of how much money do you want to make per month? And then what does that break down into per hour? And let's say that is $1,000 an hour, then you could definitely outsource this. But if that's $100 an hour and someone on Fiverr or wherever is going to charge you 200, then, so just play with it and whatever, you get the point. So here I've gone to explore GPTs. Now for the second use case, I'll circumvent all of the pain of having to learn the prompting. And let's see if any of the image custom GPTs that people have open to the public are better. Here, you just put the keyword. As we could see here, you could see the number of downloads, 500K, 50K, 1K, 25K, whatever. Now, once you click it, you'll see how many conversations there have been. For some reason, it's number 4 in productivity, although I shouldn't say that because we just spent 30 minutes on a simple infographic thing. And then 3.8 ratings. I guess that's out of 5, not sure. I would like to see the actual reviews of it, why people don't like it, but I guess they only allow the stars. That's annoying. Start chat. And then what I'm going to do is say, create a logo to represent a live video challenge for entrepreneurs. If you want to go to the next challenge, go to yougrow.club and register. Okay, so it's generating. And this should be a lot easier than what we did with the characters and the concepts. I started with the hardest thing first. This is a lot going on. And then there's this mistake here. But again, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. We're going to click it. And then here, I'm going to toggle this for this to be smaller, the selection thing. And then I'm going to just say remove. And let's see if we could listen to that simple instruction. Yeah, it did. Now, is it the prettiest logo? Definitely not. I'm going to say, make it more minimalist. But again, I am no designer by any means, so maybe this is great. Don't know if this is more minimalist, but I'm going to say, make it simpler and provide me with a 3D type of vector image as I would receive in a professional branding guide. Only use 2 to 3 colors. Only use 1 to 2 icons. Definitely better. A lot better. And then here, I just say, remove that live video challenge for entrepreneurs. Let's see if I could give it a double instruction. So remove the 3-2 and spell entrepreneurs correctly. And it didn't do that. So worst case scenario, I would just have to say remove and then maybe add that or just get rid of it, because how much time do you want to spend on this? But it's doing a much better job in general with the logo. And then the third use case would be like a vector design kind of thing for a background of a thumbnail. And we'll just use the example of what I would potentially do for this video as a thumbnail. So the video is about ChatGPT. The video is about creating images, editing them with DALL-E, which is within ChatGPT. So I'm just going to say, create a vector image that will be used as a background for a futuristic YouTube thumbnail that represents creating AI images for business owners with ChatGPT. Use the green ChatGPT logo color. Let's see what I could do. Now, this is not the best. So I'm going to take it a step back, and I don't know if this could interact with me the way that I need it to, or if it's only to prompt images. But what I could say is give me ideas of how I can best represent AI can now create and edit images in a thumbnail. What would the concept look like? Divide the thumbnail into two sections. One half shows raw, unedited image, and the other half shows a beautifully edited version. Use the slider effect or dash, add an AI robot or ChatGPT icon working on the image. Before on the left and after on the right with AI magic. Show a robotic hand holding a paintbrush, actively editing. The image being edited can be partially completed with some areas, AI-powered image editing. Illustrate the process of image generation by showing a sequence of thumbnails from an initial concept. Use arrows or a progress line. Depict an AI brain with various images emerging from it. So far, I like the robot one. It's like editing. And then I'm just going to say, create an image that shows a robotic hand holding a paintbrush or stylus, actively editing an image that it just created. And I guess this is where the ratings come from, but you can't add context. That's not so bad. Now I'm going to say, make the image that the AI robot is editing more relevant for business owners. Okay, so understanding relevance for business owners. So what we could do is say, what image could the AI robot hand be editing that would be relevant for business owners who are growing their personal brands? What images would they be most likely to use ChatGPT for? And I know this, but I'm just asking. So professional headshot, social media content, branding logos, promotional banners, business cards, infographics, event flyers, promotional banners, business cards, event flyers. So we'll just try the headshot. Up here, we could go back and we could say, replace with a corporate headshot being edited. Let's see how well it does. And then here I'm going to say replace with an event flyer being edited. That could work, but I don't know. I didn't like it. That is terrible. So this isn't so bad. And then again, if my audience is more women, which has a great balance, I have men who are clients, but I could say replace with the image of a woman's headshot being edited. Too many requests. Again, I'm getting limited, which is annoying. Is there a way to get more AI art access or not? And this one looks pretty good. So this is something that I would probably use in a thumbnail. And then you could A/B/C test the thumbnails. And here is where you would save this image. It would download to your computer. Here's the prompt. If you like it, you can save it somewhere in the future or just copy it and then edit it. If you go like copy, and then here you could change some of the details or save it somewhere where you save your best prompts. I think that it's useful. It probably just takes a lot of skills. Like anything, it's going to take more time on the front end to maneuver your way around the prompting, to learn how to actually prompt it for the specific use cases that are relevant for your business. So the first step here would really just be making a list of the images that you could create for your business. And one of those things could be background kind of vector style images for thumbnails. The second thing could be infographics. The third thing could be logos, website designs, whatever. So I think the first step here is to make a list of the images that you could create repeatedly that are relevant for your business. And then I think in the long run, it would be most useful to create custom GPTs that just know the instructions for those things. So you could have a custom GPT for thumbnail backgrounds, logos, or like those vector images for events and stuff that you have, for event flyers, for the infographics, and then just have them stay in their specific lane, because as you can see, it's a little bit different with how you prompt it and its capabilities. And so I think that time would just be on the front end, and it would get better and better, because even though the first 20 minutes was treacherous, it did get easier. And that's it. So if you like this video, subscribe so that you can get notified and so we could grow the channel. Let's blow up on YouTube.